The historical practice of the majority of school funding coming through local property taxes has been in place since the end of the 19th century. At the time, this made sense because families lived in small communities where the standard of living was very similar between households. However, over the years, small towns were replaced by larger towns and populated cities. The system of school funding through local taxes remained in place, even though the wealth and standard of living differed greatly between school zones and neighborhoods. Schools are funded by three main sources: the federal, state, and local government. The federal government is only spending 2 to 3% of its annual budget on education, and states fund schools with sales and income taxes. Lastly, local governments fund districts with income taxes. The system has created a cycle of structural oppression where students from poor neighborhoods do not have access to a well funded education to better their lives and give themselves equal opportunity in the future. First, my reform policy would reject President Trump's proposal to increase military spending from $611 billion to over $700 billion. The proposal would make our military budget triple that of China, which is the next highest spender in the world. Next, I would cut military spending from 16% to 13% of our budget, saving $18 billion to be spent on public education from the federal level. There are 13,506 school districts in America, so each district would get about 1.5 million more in addition to the amount the federal government spends, divided equally by each district. States vary on education spending, but the range is from 20 to 50% of state budgets. I would require a minimum of 35% spread equally among each district within their respective state. Lastly, local governments would send their income taxes to the state, and the state would evenly split its district's income taxes and give each district equal funding. This is a democratic way to accomplish equitable school funding because it gives each level of government power. Each state and district within a state would be incentivized to make money because their district still depends on their economic success. Wealthier school districts might receive less from their local governments, but the increased federal spending would make up for the difference. On the flip side of the coin, poor neighborhoods would receive more and have a chance to improve their facilities and better their lives in the future. Implementation of this policy would occur relatively smoothly, as it relies heavily on money transfers. Money would be smoothly given to the districts, and it would be up to each district to determine whether to build new buildings, update existing facilities, hire more teachers and qualified staff, or update the curriculum or resources available to students. I'm leaving this up to the discretion of each district because all districts have different needs and struggle in different areas of education. In conclusion, my reform will not only solve education inequality, but it will also bring students and their families out of the oppressive cycle of poverty and give them access to a successful future. Children and students are the future of America, and the purpose of public education must be to prepare all children, regardless of race, ethnicity, or religion, for successful adult lives where they have an equal chance to be an additive member of society.